Hi everyone, my name's Anne-Marie. Welcome to this card making project. In this project we're going to make a gorgeous thank you card using lots of our Anna Griffin supplies. Now in this episode we're going to use a card base that we're making ourselves, but for all of the rest of the items, if you need to know or you want for reference to know what I'm using, please visit my blog. All the details will be on there. The actual link for my blog is underneath the video. If you want to get in touch, please feel free to get in touch on Facebook or through my blog. There's so many different ways you can follow me on social media. All those details are at the end of the video. Please feel free to share my videos. If you contact me through YouTube, I can't always reply because I've got a glitch on my account and my replies disappear. So, you know, if you want an answer, I would use Facebook. Okay, let's craft. The card base that we're going to use is a handmade card base. We're going to use our double-sided cardstock, and it's from the Anna Griffin double-sided cardstock collection. And I've picked one that's got a lighter design for the inside and the heavier design for the outside. I've used one of my rubber stamps, my handmade rubber stamps, for me to be able to add my name on the back. Now, I've added the date. You don't have to add the date. I've added it for reference, but I've also filled my name in so that if I was giving this card to somebody, they would know who'd made it for them. So I've cut out a piece of cardstock, and it's 6 inches wide by 12 inches long. So it was a double-sided sheet of 12 by 12 cardstock that I simply cut in half. And then I scored it through the middle, and I've used my bone folder to make sure that crease is nice and sharp. And as always, we're going to do the inside first. Now the inside for this card is slightly different because we've got a gorgeous background for it. So what we're going to do is we're going to use one of Anna's Nifty layers, the Nifty nested layers. And I've also rubber stamped 2 circles using the Say It Anyway stamps, and I've simply cut them in half. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to add them to the corners of our layer, of our Nifty nested layer that we've cut out. And so I'm going to add half of the circle into the corner just to give it a little bit of embellishment, and I'm using flat tape for this, so I'm simply positioning them through each of the 4 corners. So that's the last one. I've used a permanent ink to stamp them, and I've got double-sided tape on the back of them that I can now remove. I've also now got a panel that I've cut out that will fit the back of our nifty nested layers, so it will simply slot onto the back of the stamped panel. The stamp I've used is from the Say It Anyway stamps, and it says, "You mean the world to me, thank you for being my friend." So this is a thank you card. You could change it to be a different occasion, and I think actually this would suit a Valentine card. It's going to be quite an opulent card, is this one. Now that panel I can now insert into the centre of our card. So we've still got the antique script behind it, and look how cool that looks. And I think the circles are just a perfect extra embellishment. So now we can start the front of our card. I'm using my bone folder again just to make sure we've still got that nice sharp crease along the edge. Our first layer is from Anna's foil layers, and it was one of the 6 by 6 layers. You get 2 different sizes in the pack, and there were 7 by 5 and 6 by 6. I've cut out one of the 6x6 layers, and it's the lace base one, and I've cut around the edge for that lace pattern. So they come in a square, and I've just removed the outer edge. I've got 3D foam on the back of it, and I'm simply going to position this through the centre of the card and press it down nice and firmly. Next, I've been using the Bohemian dies, the shadow layer and the ornate layer. On the back of the shadow layer, I've got flat tape to the bottom of it and 3D foam at the top, and the same for the back of the actual ornate layer. And I'm going to attach the ornate layer to the top. I've used Anna's satin gold cardstock for the ornate layer and Anna's perfect palette for the shadow layer. I'm going to position, now I'm not going to press these down, but I'm going to position one at one side of the card and one at the other side. I've already made that one up and pop that to the other side. And then I've also used the Bohemian dies again, and I've cut out the slightly different shape, shadow and the ornate layer. Again, I've got 3D foam and tape on the back. So the tape, it will sit flat on the card, and the 3D foam, it will have a raised effect. The tape edge is going towards the centre of the card. I've done that previously, and I have one ready there. Now, I've laid them onto the card because I want to be able to position them, because I want them kind of in the right position around the edge, because we're going to add a sentiment in the centre, and the sentiment is going to be from the favourite sentiment stickers, and I haven't done anything to it apart from add 3D foam in the back instead of using it as a sticker. So I just want to position it so that it's over the edge of the Bohemian dies, rather than just add them to the edge. I want them closer to the centre so that we can see the lace of the layer at the bottom, and they don't overlap, but they're making kind of a circle in the centre, and I think that's roughly about straight. And press them down, and we can put our sticker through the centre like that, and when I'm happy I can press it all down nice and firmly. So there's nothing wrong with positioning things if you don't feel they're in the right place. It's up to you, it's your design, you're creating it. You can tweak it. If you're still not happy, if before they stick permanently, peel everything up and then place it where you think it's better. I'm happy with that. Now I'm going to finish our card because it is quite a quick card. It's a stunning card, but it's a nice quick card. And I've got 4 bows that I'm going to add. And I am going to add 2 upside down because I think it works perfectly as it follows the design. And they all face outwards, and it just works. There we go. And that is our card finished. Now, how cool and how quick was that? And the inside matches perfectly with the shapes and the ornateness of it. It stands up nicely. Few layers, but not too many that you would need an extra padded envelope or anything like that. Such a pretty card. And I know my friends across the pond, the square cards are, you know, it comes up in conversation about them being an issue for postage. And I know it's a tiny little bit more, but I think a card like this is worth it. And you can see those gorgeous layers from the die cutting from the Bohemian set. How pretty are those? Such a gorgeous card. And as I said, that could be used for different occasions. You could use that design and have a different sentiment on the front. Now, I do hope you've enjoyed watching. Please feel free to share with your crafty friends. I'd like to reach as many crafty people as possible. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you'd use a different base or maybe a different die, or if you like the one I've created. I just hope you enjoy the videos and the ideas. So thank you so much for watching, and I shall see you next time.